Hey everybody, I'm Sean, and in this video we'll be building a new PC. I wanted to upgrade my computer, but I had to be very selective on the parts I chose, because not only is this going to be a gaming PC, but it's also going to be a Hackintosh. OS X is very picky when it comes to what motherboard and CPU it supports. OS X doesn't quite have all the driver support for whatever hardware you'll pick off the shelf. Initially I wanted to go with the Intel 5960X, which is an 8-core processor. That runs on the 2011 V3 chipset. However, OS X doesn't quite support that just yet. So what I did is I selected a Haswell Refresh Intel Core i7. In this video, I'll be going over all the parts I'll be using in this build. All the components are new except for the video cards, the sound card, the power supply, and the storage. In part 2 of this video will be the actual time-lapse build. Alright, so let's get started by taking a look at the parts. For the CPU, I chose the Intel Core i7. This is the 4790K. It's a quad core running at 4 GHz. For the motherboard, I chose to go with the Asus Z97 Deluxe. This motherboard has great compatibility with Hackintosh, and I also prefer to stick to Asus whenever I'm building a gaming PC. For the memory, I chose 16 GB of the Dominator Platinum by Corsair. This memory is running at 2133 MHz. The video cards I'm using in this machine are EVGA GeForce GTX 680 classified editions. These are running in SLI configuration. These are cards that were used in my previous gaming rig, and I'm just carrying them over to this new build. Here we have the Sound Blaster X5 Titanium Fatality Professional Series sound card. For storage, I'm using a Samsung 840 Pro 256 GB for the Windows 8 install, an OCZ Vertex 3 128 GB for the OS X install, and I have two 1TB Western Digital Caviar Black drives as secondary drives. For the power supply, I'm using a Cooler Master 800 watt Silent Pro Gold. For the CPU cooler, we'll be using the Corsair H100i and a combination of Corsair fans. We have the AF120, AF140, and SP120. In the time-lapse you'll see I've customized the color of the fan rings to match the black and gold theme I have planned for this build. And last but not least, the case. In this build I'll be using the Corsair 900D. Alright, so that's a run through of the parts. Click the link in the description below for part 2, the time-lapse build. And don't forget to subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.